Okay, so more about .com and different ends, because some people are saying all that software engineering look dirty and what they say, it looks dirty. Some might even say we don't think we need to pay money for that education, because if it's illegal, why to pay the money? How can you justify the price of education if it's illegal? Which is actually, to me, is a correct question. Let me tell you this way. I took those Harvard CS 50 or just for myself. I don't need. I'm not trying to be a programmer. So there is CS 50 and there is CS 164 or whatever, 161 or for software engineering. So I think his name David Milan or something like that. So when you listen, I'm sure it's not him alone. Pretty much every university is talking the same language, or kind of the same. So when he's starting, he's saying, let's dive in, right? Dive in. Now, as soon as you see dive in, and then you see David Milan email, and then he's jumping into, not him, just, I don't want to put him on the spot, but many other ones the same. And then they started talking about programming. I actually took programming some time ago for myself at Santa Ana College, a little bit. So that's normal way. That's how they dive in. Now, let me tell you, this class is, to me, like similar classes, they're for workers. To me, they're for workers, not for to be a CEO. Okay? Why? Because there is a software engineering, I had book like that. First, you need to decide what to program. So there is a big part before that programming part, which is called software engineering, but that's before the programming. Even if CS 164 is saying introduction to software engineering, the real introduction to software engineering, if you want to be a CEO or business owner, you should look at that book. First, you need to decide what to program. That's called intellectual property. You have blocks, you have pages, decisions, how this, how that, which after which, what after what, and then you program. You don't assume anything out there is for you to program, because you want to have a company, like say Amazon. That's my software decisions. He's not supposed to even open his business assuming he can use mine for granted, because my X5 made fake papers, look like I allow whatever. That's not enough. For business, you need to have his attorney and talent. His question should be where that guy is, and then make a business. I can tell you, a lot of the Silicon Valley, the way they open register business is wrong. They can be actually disqualified. You don't open your business based on someone's spying questions, assuming it's okay to do. No, it's not okay. For trading, you need to be thinking person. You need to show. They use mine. That's mine. Amazon is my intellectual property. They illegally acquired and they register business assuming they can program mine. You cannot program mine. I'm telling you, I'm gonna take you to court after court after court, international court, criminal court, any court. Even I can take even Democrats, anyone. You do not allow this illegal use and then trade under your name. And then when people ask about origination, he shut up, look like somebody is allowing. Nobody is allowing. I'm telling you, nobody did allow. Did you talk to me? Yes or no? No. Did you talk to my attorney? Yes or no? No. We had some people and lady there. Yeah. Go and find it. Go and find. You will never find. Because I'm here. Then you would be more legal. Now what they have is illegal papers. They cannot trade like this. I'm telling you right now. They're in violations. So when you say dive in, you dive into program. Don't assume you can be a copycat offering to Wall Street. That is somebody is making up. I'm telling you. It's like let's dive in and try to copy any software company. That's illegal. You cannot do that. They are trying to make up. They can program mine. No, you cannot program. I never did that. That's fraud. If you see anything like this, that's fraud. You never will find my attorney or ID. Every time some lady want to make money and writing stupid papers, that's not legal approvals. Because if Wall Street right now will ask White House, we need talent or ID, you don't have it. All you have, oh, she's somewhere there, that's fraud. Can we see ID? No. So you approved illegal use. You don't have enough good legal approvals in order to approve for trading. You are trying to approve illegal use and somebody can use. Like that Amazon, why do you use? No explanation. Google. Are you trying to say Jewish people came to e-commerce? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes or no? No? Okay, then show me attorney. I need to see attorney ID. No, so it's illegal use. You are in unjust enrichment, intellectual property violations. We have people. People is not attorney. You need attorney, not people. They have spies. They have political spies or some kind of spies and trying to ask different questions about someone's intellectual property, and then they sit and implement. A simple example. Okay, CS 164. Okay, let's dive in. Your name is Davis, right? Okay. And your last name Milan. Okay, and then email. Where did you get email? Where did you get this email at something? How? Okay, you ask .com people, did you have email like this at something? The sign at something. Did you see it or not? Where did you get it? Why do you assume it's legal? So who approved? I know it's mine. Where did you get it? That email designed certain how it's designed, left, right, all messages. That's my way. It's not for America to use for free. Never was. That's illegal use. I can tell you. Be it sign or any email which looks similar, be it like Bean, Google or Yahoo, they all look similar, right? That's my way. That's not for free to use. Fraud, forgery. You never find an attorney for email or ID. They illegal use unjust enrichment. I'm telling you right now. So you dive in. Okay, first is already fraud, forgery. Now, what you're trying to program is for exploring, right? Okay. It has EDU. I see you have EDU. Where did you get EDU? Can you show me talent for EDU? Well, we need attorney. We need ID. Where's EDU? Attorney ID. Where? Oh, some people, some lady. No. I said attorney ID. I didn't say some political party or lady. I said attorney ID. Where? Oh, somebody is allowed. We need attorney and ID. We don't need somebody. So they are profit legal use, fraud, forgery, because she was divorced in '93 and You don't prove fraud and forgery. Okay, so now EDU is fraud and forgery. You wanna say .com came? Okay, show me .com people. Who? AT&T or somebody came to EDU? And ask .com people about EDU. Where did you get it? No explanation. Okay. Fraud forgery. Again, you dive in, but you already have fraud and forgery. It's like you are diving in, going through. You put a lot of garbage, those garbage or recycling those containers. You dive in, but you're going through the garbage. Okay. Okay. Now you program, because, like I said, the real for CEO for opening the company, it should be different approach, not what people think. Like biotech, intellectual property, that's what it is. So now, okay, so first, do you have unexplained fraud forgery? Do you have email fraud forgery? .com not there. .com didn't have EDU. Now at some point you have that typing. Yeah, typing, that's programming. But in order to program, you need to come to something to program. What did you come to? Like what? So, like, suppose in my case, I came to what is today Amazon or eBay or Google, whatever. That's what I'm programming. You cannot use it. That's illegal use. You need to be substantially different in order to tell on Wall Street that's yours. It's not yours. Don't assume I allow. Don't listen to all this copycatting some kind of parties who don't have even trading rules. They copycat. They copy even Oakley glasses or any glasses or different things. You don't need to listen to them, because legally, if you look at like France or many countries, you sell fake, that counterfeit gray market merchandise, you get arrested. So don't try to jump into that beliefs, whatever they tell you it's okay. No. It's not their stuff to tell. You don't get something by spying from Mercedes and then tell everybody it's okay to do it. That's not the business. That would be foolish. I am like Mercedes or Rolls Royce or Ferrari or whatever, even more even innovative, because they are cars, but I am not a car. I'm new exploring and new e-commerce that you didn't have. So you cannot even sell rights for my e-commerce. Realistically, you cannot sell. For you to sell rights for e-commerce, you need to be substantially different and start from scratch, because they told you to do and you do, you already cannot sell any rights because it's not yours. Okay, so that's how it is. So what many Jews have, it's basically illegally started business. They're not supposed to register that business with the goal to program mine, because based on software engineering, you need to decide what to program. You didn't decide, they told you, so you didn't decide. You cannot open company. That's based on illegal use and copycat gray market kind of way. How to say, gray market way of kind of implementing and opening the company. What do you put there? Somebody is allowed. Okay, show me attorney ID. Amazon, Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Netflix, Zillow. I had many Cars.com. I had, for exploring, I came to many things. Show me attorney ID, because it's not you. You opened the company based on illegal use, basically, because that guy is not there. Where's his name or attorney? You see? So what, like CS164, they dive in, program, but you need to program your stuff if you want to offer that as your product on Wall Street. You don't copycat and throw. It's not internet Russian army. Where you want a Russian army, this Wall Street is not Russian army. It's not Russian government. Because internet Russian army or government, Wall Street is not. And many stock exchanges don't belong to Russian army or Russian government. So you can stop right there. Now web is not the owner of my intellectual property. He would be in the same illegal use. So if Amazon is using mine and saying it's web, it's not web, it's mine. You call web only for his part. Don't call everything is mine as web. If my stupid ex-wife is playing game, you need to record this here playing game, and she was divorced playing wife. You listen basically tweaks, and you are in illegal use. You need to search for talent and attorney. Otherwise, you're in illegal use. I'm not gonna allow. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna allow Amazon to use mine. The same Google, YouTube, anyone. I'm telling you, I'm not take a hit from you. I'm gonna sue you. You need to show up. If you don't show up in court, you're gonna be sued even more for not showing. You don't want to resolve anything. And you need to stop listening and repeating those people. It's not their innovative thinking. They decided to make money by illegal use. Okay? So when you dive in 164, either you are in illegal use or you are programming your own. Assume that. The middle, I don't know about the middle. Either you program your or not your. Now, if you're a worker, yes, you can program. If you are not worker, if you are diving in program someone else, that first part before the programming, that software engineering, that's his innovative thinking, that's his difference, that's different subject for selling rights. You cannot jump in and automatically copy that off of Wall Street under your name. That's illegal use. All these Jewish people are in illegal use. They dive in to program someone else's intellectual property and get the benefit. That's automatically intellectual property violation. Not true, go to this school, explain how did you come to this. Or explain judges, how did you come to this? They cannot. See? So you either program your or not your. So that's when you dive in, to me, they would go through different garbage, like those email, EDU, unexplained. That's based on fraud and forgery, illegal use, and probably twisting. She got money for that. She never came to it, but she got the money for it. She's not supposed to get any money for EDU. She's not a talent. I came to that, including how it looks, and what it does, and EDU, and my browser too, and my external system. That's all EDU. Now, if you're a worker, yeah, they are responsible. CEOs are responsible. But if you're a business owner, you need to see, okay, this book say this blocks, this decision, this. Okay, they're telling me about implementing somebody's allowance. Show me authority and ID. They cannot. So they want to make buck by illegal use. So you would dive in, but you are doing actually not really legal business. You expect you could be arrested for that. You don't know to the whole planet with all your different lies. It's not your stuff. And those whoever telling you, they are not really probably even business people. The political parties are not supposed to contact American corporations. Not really. They should have not really business. American corporations, trading laws, they are not supposed to really talk to politicians. Very limited. And those they become like advisors, some kind of illegal use with that, and then advising. You should not advise anything. So let me get something. I'll be right back. Okay, so what you have is right now, suppose CS 164. So you dive in. Now he started to type blah 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 blah. Now you program. And he is mentioning server. Stop right there. You just stop. Okay, server. Tim Berners-Lee server was inside of the building. His building or whatever building. Now, if you program for the server, which is outside of any business, that's my e-commerce. You don't need to assume that's for you to use. You don't change your things to mine and call it as yours. That's called violations. That's not your intellectual property. Don't change anything to mine. So, first of all, it does not go to server. I can tell you that it will not go to server. In most cases, it will not. If you will submit, like, suppose you have browser, like David has browser. Where did you get the browser? I know it's my design thinking. It's my browser for my external system. That's not Tim Berners-Lee browser, not internetweb.com, any name you give. So you have another garbage, you dive in, assume browser fraud forgery used. Now your program mentioning server. When people submit using my browser for fraud and forgery, it does not go to server. It does not. It goes to redirect. Either you direct to America or Japan or Europe or whatever. And then it goes to server, but not really server. You cannot even call server. In case of e-commerce, I came to my own smaller computers. It goes to certain computer with my name should be, because that's my intellectual property. Do not call and generalize and steal at the end. That's not you. That's why nobody can talk about e-commerce, because they generalize and steal at the end. They want to get credit for me. That's what it is. That's what they do. They want to get credit for me and try to offer to investors under the look it's their stuff. That's typical that copycatting, stealing someone's intellectual property kind of brains. I'm telling you. And then they cannot talk. So what you say, it goes to server if you are practicing something here, but in reality it does not go to server. And in case of cloud, it might not go to server. It goes to redirecting and server. Where did you get about redirecting? Why you dive in? Why you keep skipping all those fraud and forgery and dive into programming? That's why the programmers or software engineers, they feel garbage, some kind of garbage. You know that? Something illegal, garbage, somebody doesn't like. Me personally, I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like Americans with communists, German or not German, keep talking about mine with ex-wife fraud forgery and keep implementing behind my back. Keep offering on Wall Street with stupid face, look like I allow. Look like I was overseas. I never was overseas. Just check American records. Check my social security. I had many times full-time job. How can I be overseas with full-time job? And I never got visa to Europe. Just check Homeland Security. I never had visa. How I go there? Well, they have papers saying they're allowed. Basically, empty air is allowed. Now, so you have fraud forgery. Now, another step you have. Okay, you start to talk about linking. Linking for what? Linking for your small things Tim Berners-Lee had before 92, or you have linking all the development for e-commerce. As soon as you mention e-commerce external system, stop right there. Illegal use, cannot program. You cannot program that, I'm telling you. Whoever is telling you to program, they're in illegal use. That's why they cannot talk it. Innovation Center cannot talk here, there. All they have is fake papers of my ex-wife. I allow. I never did allow fraud. I never did allow, I'm telling you right now. Just show your papers to all investors and what you're gonna have. He's in Europe, bullshit. He's here. Just check his social security. He was working full time. Trust me, during the beginning of many companies, I was working full time. I think Yahoo, beginning Yahoo was working full time. AOL, whatever was like beginning AOL, when they changed to my way, I was working full time, had a phone. And then Amazon, either working full time or moving to Arizona, but I have bank records, ID from Arizona. I was in Arizona, not overseas. And Homeland Security will never find during that time any of my visas to Europe or flights to Europe. I only had green card. I never had a travel passport at that time, so they cannot do anything. So basically you dive in. I see a lot of garbage cans before you dive in. Now, I came to this exploring in '92. So they're playing with .com, they're playing with kind of making impression everything is .com. Now I can tell you, when he has like David has edu, email edu, I can tell you edu is not .com. Does not belong to .com people. It's not their intellectual property. So because AT&T they had .com or whoever, it's just a cable between them and they use .com. It's not external system and they didn't have that e-commerce. AT&T realistically could not have other businesses. Like in my case, I have my e-commerce. I allow stores, different stores on external system outside of their business. Realistically, .com legally, I think there is a problem. If AT&T having .com would put other businesses on their end, I think that's a problem, legal problem. It's a conflict of interest and other business on your end, you business this. So I came to my system, which is external to them. I don't create those legal problems, one business on another end, on that business. It's my business where I don't even run computers inside of your building. I run computers inside of my building. I build sites, or you build sites, but you put either in my building or close to me. You could have your business, but that one is external to your normal business. So that's my new way, new custom network, and my computers I came to conclusion my computers should be different for shops. So I split on smaller computers because I did not like to repair one computer containing 1,000 stores or 2,000 stores. I would rather keep running all of them, and if I repair it would be on a few stores. I replace computer for few stores. So I like actually to split. I didn't like on one hard drive too much. So I split into small computers. That's not really a server of Tim Berners-Lee. He didn't have stores, he didn't split anything. He had no shops, e-commerce in '92. I've seen his screen look like, I don't even see my browser, even see anything close to my browser. Because my browser certain design, he didn't have it. He had pages with links. Now, if CS50 is diving into doing something like that, it's one thing. But if they're diving to use my intellectual property of e-commerce, that's illegal use. That's why those PhDs or software engineers, they say something dirty, because it's illegal use. Because it does not, if you people submit, first of all, it's not Tim Berners-Lee browser and external system and shops, and it's not .com, because .com would be stored inside of AT&T. But in my case, outside, it's different. And if you look at business, they started to have business. Yahoo.com, Amazon.com, it's not .com. It's illegal use of my software engineering decisions before the programming and opening the business and added .com. That's illegal. You cannot use mine like that. No, you cannot. I do not allow you to use. If .com allowed to use the end, it's one thing. I do not allow, never did allow. So if attorney is asking questions, somebody is allowed, nobody is allowed, I can tell you. You need to have my attorney in order to allow. You allow illegal use, I'm telling you right now. I'm not joking. Any attorney approved, like those big companies, they actually have a big chance to lose license because they approve fraud, forgery, no attorney, no ID, nothing. They approve illegal use. Or those companies need to submit fraud. They started from scratch. They did not start from scratch. A lot of them do. They did not start from scratch. They are fooling. Along with some political party which is keep asking questions. Olga, because I came to that inside of house. She want to make money. She keep talking, so they keep asking her, and she keep playing vibe. They keep implementing, but it's not the lawyer. It's not the attorney. It's not the talent. It's illegal use in fraud and forgery. And now, when a lot of things for exploring, I came to explore it. I do not care about .com. They added .com to mine. A simple fact: when Yahoo started, it started what, 94. I came to it in 92. See, Amazon 95, right? They have those 96, 97. That's not .com. It's not the internet. It's not web. If that would be web, that would be before 92, but it wasn't. They started to register business with illegal use of my software decisions, and then those like CS 164 diving in, programming illegally acquired software decisions. That's why it looks dirty, because all these companies, they cannot talk. Like you invite them to this school or Harvard, some kind of innovation. They have innovation class, innovation and leading innovation, whatever. You invite them, they cannot talk because they didn't start. Somebody allowed. It's not enough. Legal is called deficiency of normal legal approvals. Somebody approved them with deficiency of normal legal approvals. One of them, like I said, you need to have talent, you need to have attorney. He should be present at copyrights, maybe present for trading. They had tweaks, which is abnormal legal process and deficiency of normal legal approvals. They made by tweaks for them to be approved for trading. Well, now if you talk to them, that political party is telling them basically keep ignoring. So what Jews are doing, they keep ignoring, which is abnormal CEO way, keep ignoring. And every time they say, but for trading, politicians are not supposed to say. That's a normal American corporation way. They're not supposed to listen to politicians, unless like very limited for explain certain things. But Jew, from what I see, they said, he said, they said, that's very abnormal. Oh, they say privacy. You can stop right there. Like I said, for privacy, it should be my attorney. If I'm in United States, it should be my attorney in United States. She is overseas and playing the game look like privacy. You cannot have privacy for the air, for the empty, no identity person. You cannot have privacy. Just check. Do you have identity? Yes, no. No. Do you have location? Yes or no? What privacy? For who? That's fraud. Because I'm not there. She is making privacy. She's making all kind of stupid stuff. And then those Jewish repeat this. But if you check records, I'm not there. So what Jews are using, they're basically not just Jew, but some other ones. But a lot of them Jews, they're using fraud forgery. And they use some privacy bullshit, some kind of, which is again fraud. If there is signature, again forgery. And then deficiency of normal legal approvals, copyrights, they have illegal copyrights, and they cannot register business that they're gonna do some kind of, like Amazon or Google, they cannot do that business because that involves fraud, forgery, and illegal use in reality. They cannot even register LLC or whatever they have corporation with that kind of base. So when PhDs are not true, it looks like dirty or hell or whatever. I look right now, there is a building. Google. You want to see Google? Here you go. Google. See? Google building. So if there is like a dirty, what I can tell, it look like dirty, it look like animals. When I look at letters, look at a bunch of animals. And Olga was submitting a lot of fraud. Look like I allow. Every time I allow, that's fraud. Because, and she's wife. She's not wife. From 93 till today, she's not wife. I never got married. If you see I got married, it's fraud. I never got married again. I got married on other lady, not him. What else I can say? I can tell from building a lot of it unexplained. What is that all about? What is that all about? That's my e-commerce. What do you mean e-commerce? Okay, those like Google. It's my e-commerce and search engine. I came to the idea I needed to have a search engine. I could make just stores. You type on top, store, it gives you the store. I can have just that. I could stop right there. You want to see store, type, boom. Where do I store? I store on external system. I don't put inside of NTT, I don't put inside of other businesses, and I don't connect to their buildings. Like I said before, I would need to go and talk to every business, every house, and how do I connect house to the building. That for me it's a problem. Basically, I gave up. I came to custom network, which sometimes star, which sometimes straight line, sometimes satellite, wireless, whatever, redirected. And then I have those stores over there. Suppose I duplicate, I can have East Coast, West Coast, and I have Colorado. Now, on the top you submit the store name. Could be any end. It could be even no end. Could be no end, but automatically will attach the end. So, and then it goes. Suppose for this side it go to like, suppose Utah. Okay. Oh no, Utah. Maybe Nevada, Reno, Sparks, whatever. So that would be for east side, for west side. So, and it goes back. So you have a store. I was thinking about how to make e-commerce without changing the wire, because normally e-commerce would be changing the wire. What do I mean by that? Suppose I have one computer and I have 3 warehouses. So I need to change the wire. Submitting from this to this, I need to have some kind of splitting switch or something. So I was thinking about the big e-commerce in terms of no switching or nothing. By switch some kind of, or attaching wires or whatever. So I came to a conclusion of that e-commerce. But then I saw the need of search engine, because sometimes you don't want to just keep submitting different names of businesses and getting on the screen. You need something more than that. Then I came to that idea of search engine, but that's made for e-commerce. So if somebody is saying, what is Google about? It's my search engine for my e-commerce, external e-commerce, where I allow people to add businesses. Either I build sites or they build sites with certain business, but it should be within language, acceptable language for my system, because I wanted to have language different than normal people, because I don't like security problems. So I don't like to have programming the same as Oracle, IBM, or Microsoft. I don't like people to connect something and spy on whatever they do. I don't like that in terms of programming to be recognizable. I like to be unrecognizable. So if they make any sites, it should be within unrecognizable for those internal businesses languages. Okay? So all that Google is my intellectual property. They cannot act for it. They do, and they don't understand why, because first of all, it was never for them. It is hard truth. It was never for them. No, it was never for Brin Page. I did not know those names here. If Brin Page came to me and said, oh, we like this or this, and I think we had agreement, that's for them. But it wasn't for them. How it happened, my ex-wife was talking to either Russian or Germans, I assume communists or Eastern just Germans, and they found Jew and they told them. But it was never for them. And like I said, for wife or whatever bullshit she put, it's all fraud. I need to talk, not her. And Jew, they have strange position. They should, if they're legally competent, they should say, we need to see someone who can represent intellectual property. Why you keep talking? She keep talking, but who can represent? You cannot represent. So Jew, if they're competent, they would say, we need to see someone who can represent. But Jew is giving all that management to some kind of strange people. Basically, they're incompetent. From what I see, that company is legally is incompetent. So they cannot show any good legal proofs, nothing. They have deficiency of normal legal proof. They basically, all they can show is illegal use. Now, back to software engineering. The way they did software engineering is they had people telling them, and basically they decided to dive in, but it's not the intellectual property. So if CS 164 is teaching, it's basically somebody is coming and he found, basically by spying, suppose Mercedes is having new project for software. So he found basically by spying and running to Harvard. And you need to dive in to implement. Well, my question is, do you have enough legal proofs and how legal there is that you can dive in and program? Because if you dive in and program, before programming, it's called intellectual property, all those decisions. Why? Why not? If you are painting something, you have rights for your painting. People copyright all the time, different things. In order to copyright, I don't need to go to copyright office. I just put C. I was reading law books. You don't need to even go. You can put C, it's your, if you can prove it's your thinking, that's good enough. You don't need to even go into copyright office. Unless you have like some business, whatever, under business, whatever. If it's like, if it's your one, you can copyright, just put C, that's good enough. Because sooner or later they will find fraud. Either you fool or not. They will find, they have ways to find. Like one of the simple way, like I said, I sue all those companies. You show how did you come to them. I claim that's mine. You show me how did you come to it. That's not yours. You're using mine illegally. That's how it is. And then investigation. Okay, Olga, this. Okay, papers of what you implement. We see the papers, so you implemented them. So it's not yours. You cannot copyright. Google could not copyright. Amazon, most of for exploring could not copyright. So when you dive in, okay, you're trying to create what? You see, that part is, that's why I'm saying all those what they call it, how they call it, you know, software engineering, all those 164, that's for workers. I don't think that's for, if you work for company, yes, you dive in because they already check all that legal side. You don't dive in to program and then sell. I think that's one of the main reasons why American programmers, they're like dummies. Legally, they're stupid like dummies. Because I did live in New York, and I went to Wall Street financial district. I can tell you, not every company in the United States can trade unless they prove. You cannot just trade anything you want. And I can tell you more. Most of people who trade, the big guys on Wall Street, they finished elite universities. They did not finish some stupid schools, some kind of cheap stuff, some kind of quick whatever. They finished elite universities. People on Wall Street are working with elite university degrees. They are not working with cheap degrees, I can tell you that. And not everybody is approved. I'm serious, not everybody is approved. You dive in and you bring some kind of copycatting stuff based on your spine, you will be disapproved. Because it's legal risk, and they have many criteria. Legal risk, finance risk, fraud cannot be financed, many things cannot be financed. So anytime trading, financing, it's very tough regulations. It's much harder for people to pass through, I'm telling you. And whoever programmers, American programmers thinking they can listen some kind of spy with fake papers and get away with trading, they will not. Sooner or later they will be stopped to even get arrested, I'm telling you. The people get arrested all the time. You want to put all your trust into those spies, you have a big chance to get arrested. Because you offer people lemons which you basically cannot even start all that garbage. You cannot start all that garbage. All you had at the beginning is garbage. And then you dive in. With all your garbage dive in. Nobody's supposed to invest in your shit. Honestly, that's how they look. I know from Wall Street, not everybody is approved for trading. And I can tell you that. I was told all I need to do is report. I will find a way to report. If I see any problems, I will report. Believe me, Wall Street want to know the truth about trading. They do not even believe really White House. They do not really believe White House. They are okay even to check White House. I can tell you even more. New York was the old capital of United States, not Washington DC, New York. That's what people told me. New York was capital of United States. And many people believe New York is still a capital. They don't really believe in Washington DC. They like to make own decisions. So if I see something wrong comes to trading, they are okay to investigate because they're fooled by some kind of crooks. Look like they had enough proofs before. Some kind of stupid stuff came from White House, from Washington DC, but many New Yorkers, they're still in the brain, that's our old capital, so they still have something in the head. So now, talking about software engineering. Okay, now you have EDU, you have .org. Okay, now .org. Okay, you, Washington DC and all that, I can even report this. I can report to Wall Street. .org should be approved for finance. They should not ask even for one single transaction because it was illegally acquired. All that .org, .gov, countries ends for e-commerce, international commerce, different countries ends. That's my intellectual property. They're not supposed to trade even that. You should never see .edu. .edu should not be approved for finance. It has fraud and forgery, illegally acquired. Trust me. .edu should not ask for any money online because it has fraud and forgery for the beginning. That would be already a finance problem. You cannot approve anything based on that. Credit cards should not have even one single transaction because they use mine, implemented external system, And then programmers see and diving into programming illegal use. And then everybody feels dirty or some kind of strange stuff. And for us, I can tell it. I can report all of it. All after 92 expect fraud, forgery, and finance violations. You cannot approve fraud and forgery for finance. But you'll see, you have .edu, they have transactions, .org transactions. They make .com transactions. It's not be transactions with .com because they implemented mine, not old one. If you want to have old one, yeah, you can have transaction with old configuration, no store, I don't know, 10 buildings, whatever you have. But as soon as you add it to mine, that's already a problem. It's fraud and forgery. It should not be approved for finance. The .com, after they changed to external system and my web browser, should not be approved for finance. Trust me, I can report that. So you can dive in, a lot of programmers dive in, but as soon as you touch finance, investment, and maybe you shouldn't dive in. Maybe you should dive into first part. If you want to have corporation, right? Yeah. Okay, then start from scratch. Be substantially different. If you cannot be substantially different, then you need to pay money. You need to find talent in his attorney. Otherwise, you will be in violations. It's how it is. It's how biotech. You don't have idea, but you want to steal someone's idea. Guess what? Get arrested. I've seen federal prison. You want to argue, you can check on videos, on records. That's how it is. So I might talk more later. I'm gonna go to the beach. It's kind of strange. American life, hot right now. Well, today is actually September 1st. Hot, crazy hot. And guess what? I went to Walmart. I cannot buy umbrella. Like a beach umbrella. I went to Lowe's. I cannot buy a beach umbrella. Basically, American life is like, at some point they say like kind of heaven. I went to 2 big stores. I cannot buy a beach umbrella. How good is that? I don't know, man. And when it comes to trading and investing, I don't know. I might move out. America is, from what I found, somebody is very greedy, trying to get money. Probably the Washington D.C. approved everything except the attorney ID. Approved all kind of stuff. Every time somebody's talking, and they keep approving. I think Al Gore should not even visit that development wherever he was visiting. His first question would be, who is the talent for this? You keep talking. Who is the talent? We need a talent. He is overseas, blah, 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 blah. Stop. Right there, stop. He's not overseas. You can check computer. I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then Arizona. I cannot be physically here and there at the same time. So something should be fraud. So if you check DMV, I don't think DMV records would say it's fraud. I would probably consider United States should go with DMV records, not some kind of stories. They don't have ID, no attorney, nothing. They just say. But I have ID and attorney, no, not I have ID, but I have DMV records. Then maybe at some point they have some attorney there that can verify that it's a legal ID, it's not some kind of made up. They can check maybe something more there. Arizona 94, in 92, 93, beginning 94, I had Minnesota driver license. First I lived in Minneapolis and then changed address to Bloomington. Then at the time of divorce, some other one. but that's my legal records. So if he is visiting that new development, I've seen some people are criticizing Al Gore, but it was approved. But I can tell you, they don't have attorney, ID, nothing. All they have is story. Who approved, I don't know. He was visiting basically storytelling group, illegal users. And somehow they got copyrights. You see, so that's what you feel dirty, because that beginning is dirty. Anyway, I go to the beach. When I drive back, I might talk more. So basically, you dive in. Suppose there is a pool, you dive in. You're going through some garbage here and there, you then dive. And then again, anything you program today, you don't program like Tim Berners-Lee before 92. Most likely you're gonna program for external system, which is illegal use, fraud, forgery, twisting, probably illegal, many other things. So basically you need to swim with some garbage. Realistically, it's not legal. Because I came to system which is having many ends based on countries. Then I added education, edu, then org.gov. I think I had what else? Well, for banking, it's based on country, but if it's organization, then .org. So I had .org. But anyway, and all that, like I said, outside. Suppose whatever Al Gore was visiting, that's my intellectual property. They were implementing with forgery and fraud. Where based on records, I'm here, based on their papers they keep, I'm overseas. Hold on. Legally, they're not supposed to keep illegal papers. What they have right now, they have legal papers that someone approved without attorney, judge, nothing. You know, like I said, if I am overseas, then call me to embassy or trading or some kind of place. I don't know how they were avoiding, because they were avoiding somehow. And then from what I see, they made up papers look like I like him to manage. I don't even know them. Realistically, she's divorced. She cannot represent the intellectual property. She cannot talk at innovation center, at university. She cannot talk at Supreme Court for that. She cannot. All she can say is, I was thinking, and sometimes asking questions, if it's good or not. What do you think? For me, just get an opinion, which is normal for like design thinking. Design thinking assume sometimes you can ask somebody if it's good or not. It does not mean it belongs to you, whatever I said. That's illegal use. That's what they have. Now, they have programming. They say about software engineering, and then they put programming for like HTML. Like I said before, my design thinking, a lot of my 92 design thinking is based on Lincoln. Even if Tim Berners-Lee got some kind of idea about Lincoln, a lot of the design thinking, like major, like say, I came to stores, I had many design stores. Many design stores actually came from me, not from Tim Berners-Lee. And banking, education, .gov, you know, those like cars.com, hotels, flights, eBay, Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, Google, Yahoo, Bing. That's my design thinking for Lincoln. Even if they say it is his, even if he is allowing. I did not allow. For me to allow, I have to have attorney and proper ways. What they have for me is illegal papers. So if Tim Berners-Lee allow his link and he's printing books or whatever, he cannot allow for me. So what they did, somebody, that party or Olga, they made up, look, I allow. I never did allow. I never even talked to them. They were doing behind my back. I was in US, they were making papers I allow in overseas somewhere. No attorney, no phone, no ID, nothing. They always escape the correct answer because it can be verified, and if it's verified, I'm here. So that's fraud. And especially divorce certificate would be fraud, number one. So when somebody's programming, the LinkedIn maybe itself he's allowing, but like let's say Amazon or eBay, all this platform, Google, I did not allow. So whoever was diving in, they basically, for my part, they were diving into garbage. They pull with garbage, and going through garbage and diving to pull with garbage. Because you cannot use it. Like I call right now, any of those people to Innovation Center or D-School, they cannot talk. Because they were registering, they were into getting registered their business with illegal use and with those fake papers, and somebody was brainwashing all is fine, and now they cannot talk. What they can talk? They cannot talk, really. So you see, so all those, they're illegal users. So if like CES 164 is teaching, but either you substantially different, came to your own exploring and program for that, or you program for this exploring, which is illegal. I'm telling you, all those lawyers, I won't be surprised if all of them will lose licenses. They were proving all kind of bogus stuff. They were putting papers here and there. I'm telling you, they can lose licenses with it. You cannot approve all the unverified and fraud forgery and pushed for big market for trading. That's what they had. I'm serious, I'm not joking. And they think those talking right now, they think they can do it. Their brain is like gray market copycat brain. Their brain like anyone can do Oakley, like well, copy of anyone can do copy of Oakley, anyone can do oh yeah. So basically anyone can go inside of Mercedes and copy any project, new project. That's what you want to say. You see, when it comes to them, they take it back. No. But if somebody else, they can. Are you trying to play power or what? You're trying to play power, basically. You're an abuse of power and trying to push illegal for people to invest into based on your abuse of power. You're not supposed to even touch anything, trust me. All those politicians are 100% cannot represent my innovation because it was never for them. They're in illegal use. So anything you have programming, if it's like your own substantial different, if you do for completely substantial different system, but you don't. You see? So either you pay, or I'm telling you, I will find a way to stop all your stupid business. You need to pay for YouTube, for Netflix, for Google, for Yahoo, Bing. You need to pay for all my exploring. It's not for free, never gonna be for free, I'm telling you. That's your wish, but it's your wish to submit illegal use under the cover of legal where you made up. You don't have attorney, nothing. I would actually, if I would be insurance company or bank, I would demand We need attorney and ID. We don't know what we're gonna insure, and banking. I don't know what is financed. So what you will find, they finance fraud and forgery. It's true. And then he's trying to play political power. You just go there back, where you came from. Now it could be Russian because I see Yandex 96 and. They're in illegal use. That is not belonging to Russia. That is belonging to Minnesota, where I had social security number, where I had driver license. It does not belong to Russian army internet, and it does not belong to web. It belongs to me. That was one of the variations of my search engine. I had after search pretty much the same, but the front page I had few different. So Yandex implemented that one. So that one assumed fraud and forgery there. If they say they came to the, they didn't come to, that's fraud. They got from Olga and either Eastern German or Eastern German communists or Russian communists. I don't know, she was talking to all kind of people there. But from what I see, those people basically, they're more east. They're not like West Germany, they're East German. So basically whoever is saying we program but all kind of garbage, how they say, we feel something illegal, it looks like garbage, something somebody doesn't like it, it doesn't look professional. It doesn't look professional because it's not professional. Because like I said before, I'm like, suppose like a company. Suppose there is a company, let's say Japanese company, which is okay, the first one come in mind, Toshiba, because Toshiba is not far away from, like this urban, I know there is Toshiba and Fujitsu somewhere and Sharp. Suppose Toshiba. So suppose Toshiba came to certain project, right? Like I said, that's a new, I had new Explorer, new e-commerce. It's completely so different and so new. So, and then suppose lady, some kind of lady, she knows everything, but she did not get rights, nothing. And she go and she talking, making all kind of papers, and people implement and use. It's not her, but she's making up to get money. So the retarded gold digger's brain just suck money by any means. It doesn't matter, legal or illegal. Hopefully, will go through. She sucks still in the house. But that one, the gold digger, is even more retarded because she's playing with big companies. It's not one house. It's a lot of big companies, and the investment is not like $1 million. People invest billions of dollars. She's more retarded than she might even expect. If somebody added .com to mine, even .com becomes illegal because it's not from .com. If they say it came from .com, that would be fraud. But what they were doing, they were using mine with illegal papers, so .com actually became more illegal than it was. And I never worked in .com, so you don't say it's .com. For my part, no. All my, like Amazon, eBay, all this, you should not even add .com. Because they have no talent from .com. I came to this, they use mine. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna submit United States to human rights violation. To every country. You need to stop playing this stupid game. All mine was never for you. I think they intentionally were playing that stupid, negligent game because somebody was promising, we'll give you money for this. And they were intentional and negligent. But then that would be called corruption. And any money they got for e-commerce, that's corruption. Money because of corruption. Because that's not American e-commerce. It's not Jewish e-commerce. And it's not your communistic repeating people e-commerce. They use illegally and they fool the whole planet. And investor is investing into lemon. Every investor is investing into lemon because they're illegal. It was never for them. They keep playing around. Okay, so now suppose you have programming for computers, like suppose C programming. You see, for you as a programmer, yeah, you can program C, but suppose you work at Toshiba, even if it's the same C, suppose you program something for Toshiba based on their intellectual property, right? Suppose those first step of software engineering, they don't like you to use. You cannot use. See what I mean? Yeah, it's C, but it's certain product that you're not supposed to offer because it's not yours. So that's what I'm saying. My software engineering decisions and the whole exploring, it's not for you to use. It was made up, it's okay, but it's not. I can right now, okay, that is a Harvard. I can say, okay, you are claiming it is legal. Bring me whoever came to edu.gov.org, external system, that search engine, front page, after that, redirecting, and everything. YouTube, whatever. Yeah, show me who they are, and show me how legal they are. And you, Harvard, have no explanation. You will never have explanation. That YouTube people, whoever is posting, they're fooled. I do not like you to touch, implement nothing. I want German to see no investment, no German programming, nothing. I never wanted. It was made up. They made up look like I want them to do something. Even right now, they're telling. I've heard from I think Silicon Valley. They want everybody need to listen to them. Why everybody need to listen to you? You have nothing to do with it. You're in illegal use. I came to the Minnesota and everybody need to listen some German guy there. You never acquired rights, nothing, and everybody need to listen to you. Wow. Okay, so I go to Germany. I visit all those whatever design studio they have. Copy everything, use everything. Everybody need to listen to me. Why? Did you get rights? Is it you? No. Did you pay? No. Why everybody need to listen to you? That's what they have. There's something wrong with them. Local. They're local. What they say, if they say everybody should listen to them, they're local. Because they're not the talent. They're not the original talent. Okay, you wanna argue, okay, you wanna say you came to YouTube. Okay, who? I want you to go everywhere, around the whole planet and show your face and tell everybody you came to YouTube. I like to see it. He will freak out because it's fraud. He will be red like tomato. And everybody need to listen to you. Why? Okay, how about, can you show me attorney for this? Can you show me ID and can you show me compensation? So you are in illegal use. I can tell you right now, YouTube is based on spying. It's not for investment, not for copyrights, nothing. It's illegal use. It's not your business what she said about my innovation. It's not your business to listen, ask questions. I don't ask questions what you have in the house. Don't ask her any questions. And everybody need to listen to you. Okay. So whoever is telling everybody need to listen to them, expect they're in illegal use. They're probably number one for arrest. If you want to get arrested, you can keep talking. If you want to get arrested, that's a good way for you. Everybody need to listen to you, but you're not the original talent, and you got by spying and never talk to authority, and you don't want to pay anything. You want to make an impression that you came to YouTube. You are the original talent from scratch. Is that that's what you wanna say? Yes? Well, how about you tell everywhere? How about you give me all your names, I'll submit all your names to international court. All your claiming people, because none of them came, and they are fooling. It's a new fresh theft. Fresh meat. They have new fresh meat. That's what it is. That's what they have. New fresh meat. Fresh theft. Well, if you get arrested, that's your shit, you know. Don't bitch about this. It's all your shit. It's not my shit. It's your shit. You put your brain to what your attorney say or whoever is saying. Don't try to program like this. So what Harvard would be, or whoever was doing the YouTube, they decided to dive in with garbage, and all that YouTube is illegal. I'm telling you. So what people doing right now, they're making this channel, they're fooled. They're really fooled. In reality, YouTube is one of the most disgusting company in the world. The most disgusting company. Because they got that by spying. They were asking questions. Olga came and told about my innovation. They're illegal, dirty, disgusting company with YouTube, #1, assholes. And people believe they're so great, channels of this. Oh yeah, how did you come to this? Okay, let's go to San Jose, the San Jose Convention Center. Let's go and talk. Go talk. Go talk. Well, why not? You're so great guy, so big brain. Go talk. So if I came to something, right? And so, okay, Olga told about my innovation, which she is not supposed to talk. It wasn't private property. They had to stop this. So she cannot keep talking and they keep implementing. They had to stop this. But they didn't. They keep going everywhere. Look like it's for them for free to use. She has no rights. Any German will say she has rights. I'm okay to sue him. She has no rights. In order to have rights, you need to represent. You need to start from scratch. She didn't start anything from scratch. She has no rights. You can take all your stuff and submit to court. I'll sue your ass. I'm really tired of your attitude. Anything I came to for you for free. This one for free. Get this. No, you find my attorney. No, go back to Minneapolis. Go back to Minneapolis. She left Minneapolis. I was in Minneapolis. Find it. Find me. I don't know, through police, through investigation, whatever. And then try to do normal legal way. You don't want to do it. You cannot find, so you need to start to create all your stupid stuff in order to take advantage. Wow. It's all for you, right? Okay, then I take you to court. You need to explain. And nobody is supposed to listen. Nobody. Complete zero. I'm gonna sue you, submit to courts after courts after courts. I'm gonna tell the whole planet. I will publish books, I'll make movie, whatever. I'll get your ass straight. Let's put this one. I'll get your ass straight. And I will chop your ass. I will chop your fucking ass, I'm telling you right now. I'm not gonna take your shit. And I'm not gonna give all my money to you that you live on my expense. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna give you money you live on my expense. You're not telling for this. I'll take you to court, international court, bank. I'll put all the banks, all the $1 trillion on your head. Go and explain. You need to stop fooling. I'm in damages over 20 years. Banks are getting all kind of shitty papers. And who is getting the benefit? Some Olga with fake papers and some politicians, which is considered as corruption basically. They are not supposed to get anything. They should have no money for this. They are playing, I'm telling you, they're playing. They are not supposed to get anything. Why I need to get money for what? For what? For repeating? There is no such thing. Managing innovation is repeating, unless you're attorney. What you repeat is illegal use. Only attorney had to repeat. But they found a new way. So what you have and you gonna have the same again and again. You're gonna have garbage. Suppose a pool, right? A pool. You're gonna dive into a pool with garbage or full of garbage, and it's gonna be over and over and over again. Nothing gonna change. I actually assume it's gonna be even more and more garbage looking, more like animal, completely disgusting. Because they used to legally, they're ignorant. You write letters, emails, nobody's responding. So you are basically, what you're trying to do is legally, it's called compounded damages. You are trying to offer compounded damages because of your referencing, which I don't know them. You don't need to tell me about that. Because that party told them to ignore, so they keep ignoring. So you expect compounded damages. What you are offering, they're offering illegal use, copyright violation, stock trading violation. Because it's not yours, you cannot go and offer like this. You need to find talent. Not only Drew, Bezos too. All you need to do, get a book, like this Harvard book I have, Managing Innovations. One of the sections is saying how, because it's not yours, how to deal with the talent. You need to find the talent. Not the party, not the wife, not the dog, not the cat, not the fish, not broom, no truck, no light, nothing. Don't give me any references, unrelated references. I'm telling you, that's mine, and you can check my name. If it's Olga there talking about Leo, and I'm here, and you're talking about there, you need to see the problem. My question is, do you have ID? Yes or no? No, that's a problem. I never did allow. That's fraud. Show me paper. I will submit all your papers to court, to criminal court. I never did allow anything. That's all made up. You implemented my stuff. I never did allow you. She did allow. Who cares what she did? It's my brain, not your brain. You allow your own brain. Don't allow my brain. So all I'm telling you, all that is product of spying. And you are jumping into spying programming, what was acquired by spying, by Germans or Russians or anyone she was talking to. It's a product of spying. Minnesota law restricts to talk, if it's not your, it was mine, to talk about mine because it was on private property. There is a restriction to what extent you can talk. She cannot talk about this. And your YouTube is because of spying questions and talk what was on private property. You don't have freedom of speech. You have ignorant, dirty, disgusting business. And all your social networks are the same way. That is the product of spying. Minnesota law prohibits to talk too much what was on private property. She was talking without me. She had fraud and forgery. She was divorced, talking about my innovation on my private property. Minnesota restricts to talk about anything I sell on private property. And she is going, making papers, and they trade. Wow. And you get rich. I'm telling you, you have a big chance to be arrested. Or get arrested. You have a big chance to get arrested. That's not the business. And Bezos too. And Balmer and all those. They think they're big boys. They can use anyone's stuff. No. The law is the law. You cannot use anyone's stuff. He said at home, she keep talking. It's Minnesota law prohibit to talk about what I said on private property. You want to keep implementing. Well, nobody. Who is crying? Nobody will prove. German, what you have to do with it? Do you have a talent? Show me the talent. Let's go to San Jose Convention Center. Let's go. You talent. Show me, how did you come? Bring all the people. Bring millions of people. YouTube, Netflix, anything. Let's go. Show me your talent. Why you keep crying? You have nothing to do with it. You keep crying some shit. No, nobody will prove them. They're like thieves. Basically acting like thieves and trying to find a way basically to get away with theft. Basically they're saying, oh, there is another door, but the fact is it's not your stuff. You're basically a thief. You keep trying to tell about some door to escape, you will not prove, limited liability, blah, 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 blah. In reality, who you are, you're basically thieves, illegal user thieves. You should have $0 because of YouTube, unless you talk to me. You should have $0, completely zero. And the same with Amazon, eBay, Netflix, Google, Yahoo, Bing, and everybody. But I'm telling you, I will not give up. I will make more official. I'll find somebody. I will write book, make video about your American exploring is the hugest lemon on this planet. With all your crooked people, fake signatures, fake seals, this. Nobody will prove. I will prove. I don't need to prove. I'll sue you. You show. You prove. What can you say? That's what why people should dive into that shit. Every programmer is diving into illegal use. I'm telling you. If they're talking about exploring, expect illegal use. I never did a lot. It's fraud. And on top of it, violation that intellectual property, of course, and that private property. They cannot talk too much. But what they did, they talk too much, make it super official, trading, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, that's why I want to show you. If United States will ignore, I will sue Democrats, human rights violation. Oh, we didn't know, then you're incompetent. Then you cannot control the situation. So many years you cannot control, huh? Well, how did you approve my international network? All those international ends. That's fraud and forgery. How did you approve that? Do you have attorney ID? Yes, no. How did you approve all this? Why do you tell them it's all legal? So bullshit. Don't tell it. Don't try to make up quick stuff. What you did is you had deficiency of normal approvals. What you were pushing is legal just to get the bug because they were promising you bug, right? Well, let me tell you, with that you can get bank fraud, finance fraud. All those deficiencies and tweaks, bank finance will go through, it will be finance fraud, I'm telling you. You don't believe, you'll see. You like to tweak? Banks don't need tweaks. Banks want to have security, not tweaks. When they give money, they need security. They go through security, you want tweaks, you get arrested probably. So don't try to tweak anything. If there is a lawyer needed, get lawyer. ID needed, person needed, get person. Don't make tweaks. Don't put any papers there. Don't try to put any papers for me. Let me tell you one thing. Don't put any papers for me. I need attorney and I need ID. Okay. So what? Okay, this is my ID, this is my attorney. What do you have? You cannot have it. You are making up. You're making up the same as somebody is trying to steal the house, telling he wants, but in reality he doesn't. Or somebody wants to steal bank account, telling he wants to transfer, in reality he doesn't. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to steal my money basically by tweaks with all your parties or people. You have nothing to do with that e-commerce, believe me. E-commerce does not belong to a federal project, let me tell you. You can tweak any way you want, but you never had that project, even that browser. So don't try to tell us Jew or anyone. It has to do something with federal new brain. Oh yeah, show me the brain then. Where? You don't have the brain. It's not a federal project. You're trying to tweak. You're trying to tweak to somebody give you money. In reality, what you did, you created loose situation where they have fraud and forgery everywhere. Because you were lousy guy on quick buck. In reality, they have lemon, fraud, forgery. That's what you have. That's why people program, they dive into actually pull with garbage. Maybe for few people it's good, they got the bug, but for many people they don't like it. So you decide.